Happiness is the longing for repetition, said Milan Kundera in one of his novels. And I have a feeling that Mr. Kundera's happiness recipe was addressed to SaaS founders specifically. What can make you happier than users' desire to return to your product month after month? Through this video, I aim to help all SaaS entrepreneurs and product teams become happier, and MRR will help me out. Hi, I'm Ilya, the founder of Eleken product design agency for SaaS. Today, I will explain what monthly recurring revenue is, how to properly calculate it, and how to increase it. First things first, what does MRR stand for? The predictable monthly revenue is a SaaS company's lifeblood and health measurement. Not so metaphorically, MRR means recurring revenue a company expects to receive each consequent month. This metric is the main indicator of a positive cash flow for subscription-based businesses. Monthly recurring revenue underlies business stability. A predictable income gives freedom to build ambitious plans and ensure they have high chances to become real. Being able to forecast future earnings, it becomes easier to plan the expenses and create company's safety bag or just in case. Company growth. Based on current MRR, a SaaS business can estimate long-term income growth and create an actionable revenue expansion plan. Investor valuation. For an early-stage startup with stable MRR, it's much easier to receive high valuations from investors and get funded. For mature companies preparing for an IPO, a high investor valuation leads to a greater stock price. Now, let's dive into MRR calculation. The monthly recurring revenue formula is pretty straightforward. You need to multiply the number of your monthly users by average revenue per user. For example, if you have 10 customers paying each month $10 subscription price, your MRR would be $100. In case you offer several price plans, you should do the same exercise for all your plans and sum up the numbers to find out your total MRR. Though the total revenue figure might be enough to understand the trend, you need MRR decomposition to unveil the root of income fluctuation in terms of particular months. Under decomposition, I mean different types of MRR. Financial experts define 5 MRR types, which eventually makes up total MRR figure you see in your monthly reports. Understanding what brings you more money and where the revenue gap is, you can control your income flow more efficiently. MRR types are new MRR, the revenue from new customers your company acquired in a given month. Churn MRR, the amount of revenue you lost due to customer subscription cancellations. Expansion MRR, which is MRR from the upgraded users. Contraction MRR, or the lost revenue from downgraded users. Reactivation MRR, that is the revenue from the previously churned customers. You don't have to calculate all these figures in the spreadsheet. There is a wide range of softwares that can automate MRR tracking. For example, here is the report generated with the BabMetrics tool. You can see month-to-month revenue breakdown and how different MRR types influence the total revenue figure. Even though the MRR formula is not complicated at all, there is a risk of including redundant data or excluding something important. Such mistakes can confuse MRR calculations and distort the results. So let's briefly clarify what to include in the MRR calculation. First of all, recurring, new, lost revenue from customers as well as plan upgrades and downgrades. Also, here goes any additional charges for extra users, seats, volume, etc. Second, discounts you provide within specific months. If not preliminarily planned, promotional activities can seriously impact the final revenue you intend to generate this month. For example, if your customer's regular monthly fee is $150, but they paid a discounted $100 price for the first month, your MRR from this customer will be $100, not $150. Delinquent and transactional charges should also be included while doing MRR calculations. Some business owners tend not to mix up financial expenses with income from sales, but invisible deductions will eventually pile up and suddenly diminish expected monthly results. Now, what to exclude from MRR calculation? Here is a simple rule. Don't take into account all payments that are not recurring. For instance, long-term contracts paid upfront. Even if a customer pays you annual fee at once, it doesn't mean it falls into a particular month's revenue. In this case, the payment should be evenly divided by 12 months. Though getting money upfront is good for a company's financial health, the MRR metric is not measuring the cash flow. Its primary purpose is to measure how fast and efficiently your business is growing comparing month-to-month dynamics. One-time payments. This point is close to the previous one with a slight difference. If you offer customers not only a SaaS but also a SAP, software as a product, which usually implies you to sell it once and leave at its customer's discretion, then you shouldn't include one-time payment into an MRR calculation. Last but not least, trials that don't convert. SaaS companies' most common mistake is including projected trial customers alongside those who's actually paid for the subscription. We clearly understand that not all trial users will eventually convert. Including them into new and then churn customers, we create wrong monthly income expectations. So to conclude, I want to offer you 5 ways to increase your MRR. Upsell your existing customers. Upgrading your current users is usually more cost-effective than acquiring new ones. Try upselling your customers to higher tier plans by offering extra product values. To implement this strategy, you need to know what value your target audience expects to receive from your product. Intensify your customer acquisition. The bigger your customer base is, the higher your revenue. You can create more MRR by decreasing customer acquisition cost and optimize your acquisition strategy. Increase your retention. Here the idea is to boost the number of retained customers and expand the length of the customer's lifespan. Introduce new products or services. To retain your customers and make them willing to continuously pay for your SaaS, you should keep enhancing your product and regularly demonstrate the updates to your customers. Communicate them added functionality, upcoming products, new version release, bug fixes, and any other information you find useful to increase your customers' loyalty, resulted in a retention rate. Optimize pricing. This can involve adjusting pricing for different product tiers, implemented tiered pricing or usage-based pricing, or experimented with different pricing models. The aim is for your pricing structure to better align with the value the product provides to customers. To retain your customers and make them willing to continuously pay for your SaaS, you should keep enhancing your product and regularly demonstrate the updates to your customers. Inform your customers about added functionality, upcoming products, new version release, bug fixes, and any other information you can find useful to increase your customers' loyalty. That's all for now. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. We have more good stuff. See you soon.